Welcome into 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase, level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to start off on the hot local 1-hour chart, looking at this explosive move that's taking place right now as we speak. We're going to analyze this and then zoom out to the higher time frames, see what we can target to the high side, to the low side, everything in between. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you want more help navigating these markets and want more content on a daily basis, join our private Telegram group. We stay on top of everything, tips and tricks, all that good stuff and more. Link below through Patreon. Let's get right to it. The Gaussian channel, right well above it now, after creeping just below it just a little bit ago. And now, nice breakout volume. Hell of a bullish candle on the 1-hour chart above the Bollinger Band, still climbing. We're now at fresh local highs, 53.3. We'll see where we end up closing. This 4-hour candle, we'll zoom out a little bit, just closed, about as bullish as you could possibly ask for. Almost a shaven head, which is no upper wick, right? That means bulls are buying right up through the close. Oftentimes, you're going to be seeing another green candle right after that. So we will see. However, there are some warnings you want to be watching for. What are they? I'm glad you asked. Let's look for it. We want to watch and avoid, right, for bears. This is what the bears want, right? This is what the bears would want, is like a swing high break and then a fake out back down, right? We've seen this time and time again, something like this. Look at that, right? Where you start this, make this previous, you take out the previous high, make a little bit higher, and then, see you later, fake out, right? So you want to avoid that. So we need to see another strong close on the 4-hour. So this, unfortunately, is going to take some time, right? So we have a handful of, when you watch this, you might already have the answer. How did this end up closing? Was it bearish? Was it a fake out? Or was this true? And we ended up closing anywhere above, I would say 52.3, right? Above this kind of, let's paint it as a zone, right? Anything above here on this close, I can go down a little bit. Anything above there is very bullish. Don't take it lightly. If we close above here, that will likely, all we have are the odds, right? The odds would go way up that another move higher, or this is going to be not a short-lived move. That would be the odds if we close this 4-hour candle above 52.3, 52.4. Okay. Now let's take this one step further. Let's zoom out again. Let's go to the daily. Now we can see it's getting a little bit bullish here, right? We have this kind of move up. Kind of a move up. It's a hell of a move up, right? You have these lows, you have the highs, almost like a mini flag formation, right? And now you're breaking out again. However, we do have the Bollinger Band high here, right at 55K. So maybe we find some resistance there, and that is, yes, that's a considerable amount higher. 55K. Could we go up there? Sure, right? This is a breakout after consolidation. Of course we could do that. The moving averages moving up quite rapidly as well. Any kind of move back down, you're looking at daily EMA 8s, EMA 21, the 14, right? That's those three moving averages. As long as you're above the 21, you have to be leaning bullish per the charts, not based on anyone's opinion. If you're above the 21-day with that yellow line on the daily, the weekly, the 4-hour, I mean, anything, you've got to be leaning bullish, especially if the moving averages are moving up, especially if you're above the Gaussian channel, especially if the Gaussian channel is green, especially if you're drawing random lines on your chart. So that is what, the bulls are still in big time charge, okay? Look at the Gaussian channel, the move back down to the 100-day EMA, holding the bottom perfectly, right? And now another move up. I mean, just look how perfect this is, right? You couldn't even write the script. So bullish move as of right now and still in charge. We'd like to see the volume rise a little bit here, but we're still well early in the day, so we have some time, almost 8 hours till we close this. If this volume comes up above that blue line, which is the average, again, that's another kind of win for the bulls. We can zoom out a little bit more. How about this 3-day? So just like we talked on the 4-hour, this could be a potential fake out, but still potential. We're leaning bulls until we see some evidence. So what would the evidence be? Again, like making a new higher high briefly, and then, coming back down and fake out, right? Or our next spot would be kind of this breakout. mid 40s and or this 21, right? Maybe we come down here, something like that. So watch for that. If this is a fake out and we start to sell off, right, this 3-day candle closes today as well. We want to see how the next candle goes as well. We could do something like this and then do that, right? It could take a couple of weeks, maybe even a month or two, right? We're looking at April out in this area, okay? So time takes time, depending as the more you zoom out, right? Prices could still go up and do something else in the short term, but as we zoom out, we're getting more long term. But look at this 3-day chart, right? Not much time, very brief below that 21, right? We recaptured it the very next candle. If you get more than 2 closes below a significant moving average, like right here, that was our time. That was the bears' chance right there, and they didn't do it. The bulls took back over, and then that's what you get. If you close 2 consecutive candles under the 21-day, week, on the 3-day chart, wherever, if you close 2 consecutive, then that's a bigger bear move. However, one is just like a slap in the face, right? You could shrug that off and see you later. Right? So that's what we've done. So far, so good. Bulls still in big time charge. We haven't even tested the EMA 8. We haven't even touched it since leaving orbit here, right? So from the 40s. All right. So let's zoom out to now our bigger picture, the biggest picture, the weekly, right? That we really need to watch. Maybe we can get to the monthly here in a second. The weekly, the 8-week EMA. We haven't even tested the 21-week EMA yet. Previous cycles hit this many times. We haven't touched it once yet. Ultra bullish. I think the ETF kind of staved off any kind of lower move there. So now still higher, hugging that upper Bollinger Band. I mean, look at this, right? Move to the upper Bollinger Band and just hug it for weeks on end. Move to the upper Bollinger Band. Could we do that again? Maybe. What's our next high target? You guessed it. It's like all-time highs are there. Okay, so I don't know how high this can go. Neither does your next door neighbor or his. So don't doubt the Bitcoin bulls just yet. We're at 53.5 now and still climbing. Bitcoin dominance still high. Having some exposure to Bitcoin is still a good option right here. Being all alts is dangerous because Exhibit A, you're seeing today, right? Look how much Bitcoin's outperforming the majority of alts. Some alts are still down, right? If they are going up, right, they're just being dragged up. That's because Bitcoin dominance is so high. If that goes down below 50%, then you will see the alts start to flourish a little bit more. But until then, Bitcoin dominance, let's just go take a look at it, has the ability to go not only to mid 50s, but actually upper 50s. Let's go to the weekly, right? So this is our zone that we talk about a lot in our group. So we're looking at 58 to 60% potential, right? You see these lows from 2020. That's what we're looking at. If Bitcoin dominance goes higher. Now it doesn't have to, because we do have a gravestone doji that printed back in December. It's still the local top. So we might be rolling over, but big buts, we have these higher lows and these kind of flat tops, this zone, right? This could be forming something even bigger, right? We could be kind of coiling up for an explosive move up here. If that happens, you can bet your ass you want to be holding some Bitcoin. Alts will stand by in shock mode, right? As Bitcoin just melts up. And guess what? If Bitcoin dominance goes up here, and then Bitcoin wants to drop 5% just as a spooky Tuesday, that's a pretty good shirt. Spooky Tuesday, Bitcoin down 1%. Altcoins will get earthquaked, right? I mean, Bitcoin goes down a few percent as Bitcoin dominance is upper 50s. You're going to want to be in something else, right? It's going to be something we haven't seen. Like we're talking like Son of Sam. The devil has awakened, right? Just as we can try to illustrate that as best possible. If Bitcoin dominance goes up and you're in all altcoins, it's going to be bad. Crossing the stream's bad. All right. So hopefully that helps. Paint some kind of a picture in some way, shape, or form in your mind. If not, you're not even watching anymore at this point, so who cares? All right, so that's Bitcoin wrapped up. Let's do a brief snap check of our monthly snap check. It's not even real. Monthly. Look at the monthly Bollinger Band. One candle. See ya. Out of the bear market. And now we haven't looked back really since. Phase 1, consolidation. Phase 2. Phase 2 tends to move much faster, as you can see. Now, are we going to get the next consolidation? If we do, it's likely going to be much shorter than this, right? These are monthly candles. I would expect maybe a month or two, maybe. But could this candle go all the way up to here, right? On the monthly chart, the highest close ever is 61K. We're within striking distance, right? Not that far. We are within 14% of all-time high monthly close. Is that batshit crazy to say or what? All right. Pretty amazing. The Bollinger Band's giving us the benefit of the doubt. Still aiming down, diverging. Could go up there. All right. Don't doubt Bitcoin until it gives you reason to. There's no reason. What's bearish on this chart? These candles over here, right? Come on. All the capos of the world, like, just open your eyes. Look at the chart. Where's the bear? They're not there. All right. Shit, almost clicked off. Quote and card of the day. All right. That would have been a pretty good ending though, right? You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. So control what you can control and don't worry about what you can't, right? It seems common sense, but so many people struggle with that, right? All right. Car of the day. It's a Corvette Z06. This is the first one I ever saw. It was about 7 months ago. It was like one of the first ones released. I was talking to this guy, and he had just drove from the dealership to this Corvette show. It's a Corvette show around this lake. They're all Corvettes. They do it annually. But he's peeling the damn sticker off the windshield. So he had just bought it that day. Let me go see if I got some more pictures. Z06, pretty amazing. Good spec here. He got red seatbelts, white seats. You'll see some of these specs here. Really, really sharp looking. Look at that. Really quad exhaust, and then 7-8 foot long bench spoiler. I don't see where it's not one of these guys. He was actually really young. He had like a 2-year-old kid. They were riding together. Oh, I think it's actually this guy right here. Look at those wheels. These tires. Cup 2 tires. Those things are about the stickiest stock tires you can get. Pretty great. Michelin Cup 2s. Forged wheels. These are amazing. They did a really good job on the Z06. And random bridge picture. So we'll end with that picture there. There you go. Z06 Corvette. Great on the aerodynamics, if I do say so myself. All right. I'll end it there. All right. I've said all right way too many times. All right.